Hey everybody, welcome back to another whiskey review. I'm Eric, and today on Rapid and Red Reviews, I'm going to be checking out Kilchoman Sanaig. So, as usual, I'll give you a nose, taste, finish review. I'll chat about the value, give you my final thoughts, score this, and give you a malt musing to close things out. But first of all, you may see that I do not have a bottle. That is because I'm actually going to be reviewing this based off of a sample. A good friend of mine and prolific whiskey reviewer at distiller.com under the name Lee Evolved sent this to me. So thanks, Lee, for the generous sample. So we're going to get right into this. So first and foremost, Kilchoman. Kilchoman is a super cool farm distillery. It is located on Islay, on the western port of the island. And interesting enough, so they opened in 2005. And this is it was the first distillery to open on Islay in like upwards of like 120 years or something like that. So they've been really making a name for themselves over the last decade or almost 2 decades now. And this Sanaig is one of their more signature drams that was released in 2016, I believe was the first time they released this. So it's interesting stuff. This is actually a ex-bourbon and ex-Oloroso sherry cask finish. So this one is, I believe it's predominantly aged in ex-sherry actually, but there is some ex-bourbon in it as well. It is a non-age statement whiskey, but it is bottled at 46% ABV, which is great. It is also non-chill filtered and has no color added. So these are both, really, really encouraging signs. So I'm going to pour this out for us right now, and then let's get into it. A nice, healthy pour here. So take a look at the color. I'm not sure what the ratio of ex-bourbon to ex-sherry is, but as I mentioned, I believe this is predominantly ex-Oloroso sherry. All right. They have another one which is called Mackay Bay, which I believe is more ex-bourbon and less sherry, and this is kind of the opposites. So it's more sherry, more ex-bourbon, and you can definitely tell, or less ex-bourbon, you can definitely tell right here, right off the bat on the nose. It is peated, so you are getting a, this Lafroig style kind of medicinal phenolic peat, but a lot of sweet fruit as well, plum, cherry. Ooh. It's definitely fresh too. So this, like I mentioned, this is an NAS, so I can imagine that this one is not super old. Most of the Kilchoman stuff is non-age statement, as they're a relatively new distillery. Be cool to see if they release some age statement stuff though. Also, cocoa, vanilla, and a bit of cinnamon, which I believe is coming off the bourbon cask. It smells really great on the nose. Okay, let's it's a taste, lunch. Oily, acidic, mouth coating on the arrival. You have that thick smoke, as I mentioned, but it moves aside relatively quick. So as it develops, there's kind of like an orange citrus, some cinnamon. There's kind of a dark fruitiness. Yeah, there's orange citrus, but there's also this kind of like plum raisin thing going on. It's also a little bit salty. So it's kind of like that sea salt brininess kind of on the end, and caramel. Development goes by pretty quick, and goes right into the finish, which is medium. You get some pepper, like a black pepperiness, or maybe like a chili pepperiness. It definitely tingles a bit. There's that salt again, quite salty. And those darker fruit kind of berry notes. Chocolate covered raisin type thing or something like that. That's really good. And some barrel char too. I mean, almost like something off the oak cask. Good stuff. All right, let's put a little bit of water on this and see what we get out of it with just a tad of water. Wow, so the smoke really goes back into the background with the addition of water. Much more cocoa, vanilla, caramel, cinnamon, and that fruitiness is still there. It's bright. Wow, this is really good. So on the taste, water doesn't change it much. Still, it's oily, full flavor. The pepperiness may be toned down a bit, but still orange, that chocolate orange, chocolate raisin, citrus, saltiness. Finished with the addition of water, still I'd say it's like still in that medium range. Dark fruit, berries, kind of like a dark cherry, chocolate cherry. This is good stuff. One of my favorite profiles of single malt is these kind of smoky, peated scotches that have sherry finishes. So this one's interesting as it's just aging a lot more sherry. It's not really a sherry finish. It's actually, I think, like I said, the majority of the time this is aged was in sherry. Okay. All right. So the value on this, you're going to find this in the States, $60 to $70. I think it's a pretty good price. This is quality stuff, and you know the fact that it doesn't have an age statement shouldn't creep you out too much. I think, you know, first and foremost, peated scotches, I find, you know, the younger, the fresher, the stronger the peat is. As they age, you know, the peat can't help but get tamed down a little bit. So this one is definitely is packing some punch when it comes to the peat, but also it's just clearly quality stuff. They didn't cut too many corners on this. It's, you know, so I think that 60 to 70 bucks is fair. It's a young whiskey to be sure, you know. Like as I said, I'm a big fan of the peated single malts with sherry finishes, and I think this one with a few more years especially would be just an absolute stunner. But it's really good where it is now. And it's, yeah, nothing to sneeze at. So on the score, I'm really, I'm torn here. I think between a 3.5 and a 4. I think I'll go 3.5 out of 5 on this. And the reason is just that it is an NAS, and that I think the amount of sherry in this, if you're a peat head, it may not be the profile that you love the most. You know, it doesn't have that sweet finish. It's more sherry all the way through. So 3.5 out of 5, which is I recommend trying this or buying it at a good price. You know, I'm excited to try other things out of Kilchoman. So the Sanaig 2017 release, definitely one you're going to want to keep your eyes out for. All right, y'all. So with that, I'm going to send you off to your malt musing, and we'll catch you next time on Rabbit and Red Reviews. Lunch.